think about what lurks just outside your field of vision. For example, that shadow figure you see move just outside the corner of your eye, but when you turn, there's nothing there. Or the kids that run and tell their parents about the monsters that's under their beds or in their closets, but they don't believe them. You would have to ask yourself, are they really lying? Today we're looking at top 15 videos that scared 99% of videos. Looking at people that encountered monsters of their own, but caught it on camera so there's no denying it. Turn those lights off now, unless your mama raised. Boy, if you don't get that. Nah. But today's something a little different. Bringing it back scary. And no, it's not Halloween. It's far worse. Let's get these headphones in. Without further ado, let's get it. And turn those lights off for real. Or I'm coming for you. Let's get it started.
15 Red Sack Delivery.
1 second, let me full screen for y'all.
Have you ever come across a video where you don't understand what's happening, but somehow it's seriously creepy?
They already starting off on a
This
bad
video has been
note.
shared around the Indonesian internet community with no context whatsoever. It appears to be apparent
That's a body.
security footage from the porch of a home. An unknown individual dressed as a clown carrying a sack that's covered in...
Yep. You got caught 4K, my boy. See, that's what you get from going to McDonald's all the time. Ronald done had enough.
Dad walks up
He's
the
done.
porch steps. It seems
Get
he's
him
trying
outta
to
here.
send a message or possibly prank the homeowner by leaving the sack and knocking on the door. The clip being shared ends shortly
I don't know, though.
afterwards.
That's
leaving
something. I
everybody
don't know if it's a
scared,
human
wondering
body.
What actually happened? We were able to track the footage down to YouTuber Billy the Fridge, who wrote the surveillance tape is 100% real, no faking. In reality, this was probably a prank.
Who done
but not
told
before
Rod Wave to
scaring
put that on?
99% of people. Number 14, Lincoln City Cathedral Ghost. With only slightly more than 2,000 views, this haunted video deserves more interest.
Sorry, I'm not going to pause it too many times just to make a comment on each clip. I'm going to minimize myself to like 2 pauses per clip. But it's something about haunted cathedrals or just abandoned places in general. Because you got to think about the people that once inhabited those places. That's what's truly terrifying about it. Is people once inhabited those places. There was memories there. People, there's full of life. And then all of a sudden, it's nothing there anymore. That's truly the creepy part about it. Not even lying to you.
Posted in March of 2015 by YouTuber
Oh, heck no.
Renaissance 2001. The video shows a ghost outside Lincoln City Cathedral at night. As the church bells chime, the person filming the video spies something around the corner on the side of the building. It appears to be a little face. As the person starts panicking, getting slightly closer to try and capture what this is, the face disappears around the corner. He runs after to find nothing there
Why
at
do people
all.
run towards
Absolutely
the scary stuff?
terrifying,
Like, I'm
made
gone.
even more so by the chiming of the bell.
You see the color of my skin? I'm out. Well, these LEDs is on, but I'm black.
Excuse me, sir. I hate to break it to you, but I'm black.
I'm gone.
A reminder
Cannot
to
do that.
feel for the lost souls who haunt this earth. Number 13, potential taking. This one will stay with you long after you watch it. What would you do if you heard these sounds of horror in your neighborhood?
Yo.
A Ring doorbell caught this scene, considered a potential taking in the Los Angeles neighborhood of Lamert
Not
Park
in
in
LA.
November of 2019. The footage shows a vehicle pass by, and from the vehicle, screams are heard as a woman pleads for help from those outside.
She definitely in
Witnesses
there.
say that the getaway
With the
car
trunk
was a
open?
small white hatchback.
After a potential taking was reported, this Ring doorbell footage prompted an investigation into the incident. Los Angeles Police Department officer Mike Lopez said that police who responded to the call at first found no evidence of a taking. However, this disturbing footage seems to point in that direction.
No evidence.
The woman
It's
is
right here on the
crying and
camera.
screaming for someone to help, repeatedly pleading for over a half a minute as the vehicle passes by at around 11 p.m.
I'm not no detective, but if you got a car speeding by and their trunk is open, what do you think is going on? Who ride by with their trunk open? That make no sense.
When the owners
Something
of the Ring
going
doorbell
on.
hear this, they're seen on their doorstep, looking to see what's going on. KTLA reports that a witness on the scene claims she heard a man's voice as well, saying, "I'm sorry." He was pictured pulling the braided hair of the woman in the passenger seat. The vehicle then sped from the neighborhood with its rear hatch open. After the LAPD was provided the doorbell footage.
So what if he couldn't get her in the back, so he
investigation
put her in the
canvassed the
passenger
neighborhood
seat or
for
something?
clues, but as of the
That's
end
crazy.
of November, there have been no leads, as reported by Mercury News. Let's hope this woman is found soon. Number 12, Shadow Figure.
Remember what I
You know
was
that
talking about in the
feeling like you're being
beginning?
watched? Well, maybe you are. This YouTuber says that demonic activity in his home has risen to reoccurrences every 3 to 4 days. He writes, "The demon shadow figure was at the foot of my bed when I woke up, probably watching my dog and I for 8 to 9 minutes, then fled down the hallway and caught a black mass materializing by the door and moving towards my bedroom. And then in the lower right-hand side of the video, you can see it leaving, resulting in me and my dog visibly shaken. The clip does indeed appear to show a shadow figure seeming to materialize on the wall. Whether it's demonic or not is debatable."
Whenever I look for like clips like this with animals in it, animals, it's something about them. Like they're very spiritual creatures. So like if an animal or something is barking, like they obviously or meowing, whether it's a cat or something, obviously they see something that's there that we can't visibly see. So you gotta think about that too. So it's like I see something and like the person said, "Oh, look at that," but the animal's not reacting. I tend not to believe it because they're gonna be your first response if you don't see it offhand. But that shadow, that junk's crazy.
Debatable.
That is
It
crazy.
doesn't appear to cause any evil, although perhaps the feeling of it was insidious. The man's dog certainly looks scared enough. What do you think the shadow being wants? Could it just be a friendly ghost?
Better be paying rent.
Number 11.
Shoot.
Emergency. If you've ever been in an abandoned building under a scene of emergency, you know how alone this man feels. With just over 28,300 views, this video titled Emergency.mp4 was published in March of 2016 by YouTuber Paul Cyrek. His description reads, "I was at hospital and woke up. Everyone left, but I found one still there after camera battery died. The hospital in the video does indeed look abandoned.
Why they leave?
The emergency sound and eerie flashing lights all the more terrifying.
No, that is creepy.
For some reason, with no one else fleeing the scene alongside you, fear is heightened. Heavy breathing and heavy sighs are heard through the camera.
Was he already in
The
there?
cameraman passes through the hospital, down a hallway, through a door around a corner, and another door and hallway. No one is there, leaving us to wonder who exactly this man found after the camera battery died. David Roman says he used to work hospital security and that he thinks this is a security guard during a fire drill, but he suggests that patients weren't evacuated for the drill. Rather, it's more likely this was a closed-off wing under construction, which might explain the pallets and construction equipment spotted in the video.
That don't explain the alarm,
that
though.
wouldn't be found in patient areas. Seems like a valid explanation. However, it is still terrifying to think about. Number 10.
Most definitely.
Haunted Closet. Closets are usually harmless, but a series posted by RadLad1 has us wondering what's on the other side of that door. According to the uploader, the closet in question hasn't been altered since he moved in, but creepy occurrences keep happening with it. In the first video, he opens the door to the small closet, which has a disused TV on the ground, several hangers, and some random stuff on the shelf, including a stuffed animal. The next video is where the creepiness comes in. You can hear the door rattling slightly.
That's Narnia or something.
Calls it the
Narnia.
What's going on? It slowly opens on its own and then jerks open before jerking shut.
Am I down here?
Nope.
The spookiness continues with the next video, in which the man says he hears constant sounds coming from the closet. He approaches it again, and as he reaches towards the handle, a terrifying rattling is heard, causing him to jump and back away again. The last video culminates in probably the scariest happening. There is a knocking on the door and a rattling. It's heard plain as day. When the guy opens the door, you can see there's nothing at all inside. I think we're all thinking the same thing. It's time to move. Number 9. Paranormal Lodge Investigation. Some haunted places hide secrets only the afterlife knows.
Not
this
the
video
lodge.
is a private investigation of the Tamaqua Elks Lodge, which occurred on Saturday, September 14th, 2019. Apparently, the Elks Lodge in the town of Tamaqua, Pennsylvania, has some haunted history. Housed in a converted apartment building, there are claims that the Elks Lodge is haunted by the ghosts of 2 people who took their own lives, who resided in the previous apartments. Some claim they've heard voices and seen poltergeist activity. When the Pocono Paranormal Team investigated, they caught numerous orbs and a voice that said, "Love you." So what did Team SCRT find?
I love you too.
They too captured orb and light anomalies on the scene, as well as horrifying screams on the EVP. They also captured someone saying, "Help me," and another said, "Come play."
These people brave. I would have been out of there.
There are many unexplained sounds and a voice saying, "Martha, time to go."
Yo,
The spirit box also captured a voice
crazy,
responding,
and y'all still
"I'm
there."
staying." But perhaps the creepiest point is the hazy, shadowy figures that appears to rise up beside one of the crew near the end of that video. Whatever is going on in this lodge is not something you'd want to face in the light of day. Number 8. Mother Nature. This video will deter you from ever wanting to become a sailor.
One of my worst fears. This is horrifying. Imagine being in the middle of the ocean, especially at night. You got no boat, no lights near you, nothing. All you just picture yourself in the middle of the ocean. That is my worst fear. That is horrifying. And you don't know how deep the water is. Yo, that is horrifying. Looking at this, they on a ship, but there ain't no telling. These waves look crazy.
The video shows a large ship on a stormy sea. From the top of the deck, massive waves swell around the ship, while the darkening sky overhead casts...
And it looked like it's about to come on the ship, too.
The waves are so turbulent that they appear to be climbing the edge of the boat. In fact, water splashes onto the deck, the ocean spray bursting up like a geyser at the helm. There's something quietly frightening about this video. The anger and unpredictability of nature and the helplessness of being in the middle of it, tossed about by the sea. Some in the comments find it beautiful, and it is in a way, but others rightfully find it terrifying. With Redditor Buttered Muffin Toots writing, "I got seasick just watching this. There you find this more beautiful or fearful. One thing's for sure. You'll be 100% grateful that your feet are planted firmly on land." Number 7.
Most definitely.
It's in the room. Kicking back with your friends should be carefree. What happens when something strange occurs? A bin falls or a door
What's up with your
clatters
wall,
without
man?
explanation.
Clean your wall.
If it happens once, then you can pass it off as just an oddity. But when it happens repeatedly, it's not coincidental. You may have something paranormal on your hands. This video was posted by
That could be an
Creepy
explanation.
Paranormal
Just fail.
and shows 3 guys just hanging out, lying on the floor of their room on their phones, when something flies off the corner filing cabinet, startling the 3 and causing the sleeping dude to sit up, while the item, which looks like a roll of paper, could have simply fallen from a precarious position on the cabinet. And a larger roll of paper leaning up against a standing cupboard flips onto the floor. There's no way that this one could have fallen on its own, as it didn't fall in a natural manner. It would have had to have been lifted and tossed over.
How?
Whatever
Literally
is in
just
this
fail.
room finally has all 3 boys' attention. They
It's
all
3
sat
of them?
up, with one covering his head with a blanket.
I ain't even seen
and
my
the
old
other
man over
staring
there.
in fear at the corner where the commotion is coming from. The thing is not finished. The top file cabinet drawer opens wide, and a cupboard box on the floor lifts off the ground, levitating momentarily.
Alright, that's
The
crazy.
boys to flee,
Hey,
and as
they-
they do, two
they
more
valid.
giant rolls of paper
They
fall to
valid.
the ground. Redditor Crimson Cario writes, "What's more terrifying is the fact that these grown-up men went screaming out the room, showing how scary it must have been." While Adrian the Goat adds, "It's stuff like this that keeps me up at night."
That's it, like it's a
You're
bad
not
thing.
in the hallway. If you've ever heard someone crying and you went to investigate, this video will make you consider the possibility that the sound is from the beyond. Posted by YouTuber Cluffo, the footage shows a man hearing a ghost girl's cry.
Did you hear that?
When he goes to investigate, walking slowly through his room to the door, he opens it to find a huddled mass in the hallway. It's hard to tell in this footage what it could be, but we'll assume, for the sake of argument, that it's a ghost girl huddled over in distress.
If she paid the
Man
bills,
closes
you
the
straight.
door again, and then
You
a moment
straight.
later decides to reopen it. When he does, he finds the figure standing before him at the end of the hallway and is still in strange position. Once he realizes what he's seeing, he shuts the door quickly in fear. Those in the comments of this video feel the same way. 50 Shades of Fierce writes, "Scariest thing I've ever seen. After the 100th time, it still gives me goosebumps. Goosebumps in a near stop of the heart." Number 5. A hand emerges. When it emerges from nowhere,
The freak is that?
you begin to think
Chewbacca?
you're seeing things, especially if
Hold
it's
on.
and emerges
I got.
from nowhere.
What is
You
that?
begin to think you're seeing things, especially
What
if it's
is
disembodied.
that?
Posted to Reddit by Sightcurfer. This one will make you feel like you're being touched. Sightcurfer writes, "During a paranormal investigation of a hobby group, a hand emerges from nowhere and disappears again. Group still doesn't know where the hand came from after 6 years." Originally posted in July of 2014,
What's really going on
the
in this
German
video?
private investigator is seen with his crew in a darkened room. They're all facing one way in what appears to be a hallway, likely getting ready to enter another room in the space they're investigating. Pretty normal, that is, until a hand appears out of the bottom left side of the screen.
It only got 4 fingers. That, now that's creepy. I don't think that's edited.
For a moment, while the crew remains unaware, before disappearing again in an instant. In the comments, Redditor RWP80 says that it looks human but with a finger missing. Another says it looks like an animal hand, maybe that of a raccoon,
Facts.
but it doesn't seem animal at all to me. It looks indeed human. Who was in the room that night with these investigators, and what did they want? Only the disembodied hand knows. Number 4. Phantom Menace. Have you ever seen a ghost video that looks 100% authentic? Posted by YouTuber Faden. This short clip will have you questioning everything. The video shows some ghost investigators entering a darkened room, searching it with 2 flashlight beams. One tells the other to
Everywhere,
cover
body
his
somewhere
back
they don't
while
got
welding
no
the
business
camera.
being.
The sight zooms around all corners of the room, including the ceiling, the floor, the walls. In one corner next to what appears to be a wardrobe, the camera zooms in to capture something strange down on the floor. But just when you think whatever that thing is might somehow be the titular ghost, a creaking sound causes the cameraman to pull back, and what he captures is terrifying. Where moments before there was nothing, now a tall, vague figure looms. It's hard to see the thing's distinct characteristics
Turn around
as the
and
camera
get out of there.
here before the 2 guys race for their lives down the stairs. But whatever it is, certainly
I
gets her
cannot.
heart
And they on
racing.
the
After
second
she
floor.
believes this video is authentic,
Nah.
Enigma states in the comments, the doorway looks like it's standard height, and the thing looks like it's easily reaching the top. I'd even
Most
go as far
definitely.
to say that it's crouching slightly. So unless there's someone suffering from
Hold
gigantism
on.
living in that,
I gotta look at this
say
thing
that
more
it's
closely.
crouching
Detective Cam on the
standard
case.
height,
Hold
and the
on.
thing looks like it's
Hold
easily
on. Go
your
back.
heart racing. After saying she believes this video is authentic, Enigma states in the
Come on,
comments,
show it again.
the doorway looks like it's
Yo, that is. It's at least about a good like 2 inches. That's scary. It look kind of like a Teletubby from this frame. I don't
Standard
know.
height, and the thing looks like it's easily reaching the top. I'd even go as far to say that it's crouching slightly. So unless there's someone suffering from
Nah, he can have
gigantism
it.
living in that place, it's
He
definitely
can have it.
paranormal. What do you think? Can you explain this haunting image away? Or is it paranormal? Number 3, missing. What do you do when your internet friend goes missing? You travel halfway across the world to find him. Posted to No Sleep by
Hmm.
user Addis14. This story and the videos that accompany it are sure to keep you up at night. According to Addis, his friend is missing. 8 years ago, 7 friends met online playing video games, after which the group moved to Discord, which is a free voice and text chat app for gamers.
Them
Every
woods.
person in the group was a bit of a misfit, an outsider, but none more so than a Polish man in his early 20s named Adrian. Addis describes him as having the demeanor of Forrest Gump. From the sound of things, Adrian seemed
Dang,
pretty
my guy.
harmless at first, but a month prior to this post, he began acting out and seemed a different person altogether. Addis described him as a hostile lunatic. Addis said Adrian would go on hour-long rants and insisted that the cursed woods near his home were also haunted by the CIA, who installed, quote, black sites, unquote, there. 2 weeks prior to this Reddit post, Adrian went missing. He deleted his Discord and social media accounts, and the final 2 messages the group had managed to save prior to his vanishing online were the same type of nonsense he'd been spouting for weeks.
Hold on. That's also a good vid idea. It's reacting to conspiracy theories. But do you ever wonder how a lot of people, which this is a conspiracy in itself, but a lot of people come out about these certain things with the industry, and so I ain't gonna say too much because I mean I can't get missing. But what if they actually telling the truth? Because if it was truly all lies, nothing would happen to them. Nobody would take them serious. But it's got to be some truth to it. It's got to be, because they wouldn't just disappear like that. You get what I'm saying? That's horrifying. Who is really running what we have going on? That's crazy.
As far as they could tell, he'd gone off the grid, except for one thing: his YouTube account. This remained active. Videos began appearing on this account. The first is a video Adrian filmed walking through the woods at daylight. Nothing out of the ordinary
Or maybe he's
happens
just
in this
crazy.
clip. The second is more disturbing. The opening shot shows the woods at night. The shot changes to Adrian coming across a flight of stairs in the daytime covered in rubble. The stairs lead down to a room with a rusted red container with a camera stand pointed inside. The container looks like a bathtub of sorts. Then the shot returns to blackness, with only the edge of a wall in view. Addis goes on to say that the remaining 6 friends all assumed this was some sort of prank Adrian was pulling. He left his YouTube channel up for them to view. They were his audience. But the next 2 videos changed everything, making Addis
Dang, he
worry
made
for
3.
Adrian's help. In video 3, Adrian crawls through a sewer, after which he reaches a dead end. The 4th video is only static. Towards the end, you can barely make out 2 men walking in the darkness, alongside the man filming, which Addis assumes is Adrian. Audio from the final video posted sounds like Morse code, along with the sounds, numbers, letters, and symbols appear in handwriting
How you
across
supposed
the
to
red
decode that?
screen.
Hold on. Thought the first word was the N word, guys. Chill. I don't really understand that. Maybe it's something deeper. Personally, I can't
The
understand it.
group can't figure this out. Addis says that he and another of the group, Lewis, plan to travel to Poland to investigate the matter and search the woods.
They some good
Each of
friends
these
then.
videos
He
have
better,
only
he
around
owed him for
100
life.
views, which means very few are hot on the trail of this story. So what have Redditors to offer Addis? They were able to decipher that the Morse code in the last video spells
How?
River Kwai, which could be a reference to the Tai River. Other than that, not much has been confirmed.
How do you
and Addis has
get that
provided
from
no
that?
update to this strange story. Can you solve the mystery? Number 2, mysterious package. If you ever find a mysterious package on your doorstep, here's a pro tip.
Don't open it. My
YouTuber
God.
Alaskan Diva posted this clip saying it came from a doorbell camera. She writes, "You can see a person leaving at the beginning of the film. Watch the lower left corner. At first I thought he left a package, but then..." The footage does appear to show a figure leaving the front porch area at the start of the clip. A moment later, something strange and shadow-like appears to emerge at the entryway. You can see why the person thought a mysterious package had been left for her. The item appears to be moving around slightly before it changes shape like it's inflating, slowly floating up into the air.
That could be a bug though,
like a
crawling up the
figure in
camera.
blinding sunlight.
I can't
Definitely
tell though.
Creepy looking, but does this have a more logical explanation? YouTuber Jada Art in the comments suggests it's a wasp or hornet crawling on the lens. Others say it's a snail, and some say it looks like a kid crawling away at first.
Hold on, why he say snail like that?
It's a snail. Some say it looks like a kid crawling away at first.
I gotta leave this man alone.
The effect would certainly make you hesitant to open the front door and check what's on your doorstep. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills, and I hope you're enjoying my narration.
Shout out to Chills. This is not my video. It's only for reaction purposes.
At DylanIsChillinYT to find out. Do you like my narrations? If you answered yes, then tap the follow button and
follow me while you at it. It's free.
It's a proven fact that
you can't change your mind.
Makes you a happier person. So if you're generous enough to hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it, then thank you. This way you'll be notified of the new video we upload every Tuesday. Number 1, security hack. This one is
scariest one, guys.
On so many levels. 99% of people will be scared because 99% of us own electronic devices that can be hacked. This video should serve as a public warning about how vulnerable we are to such an invasion of our privacy. The video captures a man hacking into a home surveillance system and speaking to a girl who's watching TV in her home.
Who is that? I'm your best friend. You can do whatever you want right now. You can mess up your room.
That just hit hard. So basically, the monsters could not literally mean a monster like rah, like it couldn't really be that. It could be each other. And this little girl is innocent. Like she's just in her room. Like imagine you got a camera, just a device, and all of a sudden somebody's talking to you from that device. You're not safe, even in your own home. That's truly horrifying. And this little girl, she probably don't know. She just enjoying her life. And this man like, I'm your best friend.
Yep.
Got caught in 4K, my guy.
You can break your TV.
1080p HD.
This isn't a lone occurrence.
Break your TV.
5 other families across various states reported similar events happening with their surveillance devices.
See, and it's multiple occurrences.
To homeowners, even harassing them. Ring stated that neither its network nor its systems were compromised, but rather the ability to hack the system lies in users applying the same username and password across several services, or maybe just turn the cameras off. You never know who's watching.
Most definitely.
Thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe because we upload new countdowns every Tuesday and Saturday. Or if you're still not...
Alright guys. That concludes the video for today. Comment down below the part that made you get scared. Timestamp it, like, and subscribe. And remember, you can always change your mind. Now, I want you to go check your house, because like Sheila said before, you never know who's watching. I'll see y'all later.
Went to sleep on March 8th, but woke up right now. In person, you had nothing to say, but you on fight now. Timmy, now